Hey friends, in this video I'm going to talk about the 7 deadly sins. Every single person watching this video, including the person making it, is guilty of all of these things and probably will continue to be throughout the rest of their lives. I'm going to talk about briefly what each one of these are and the one thing that they all have in common. There's one thing that they all have in common, and if you can overcome this, you can minimize or possibly overcome every single one of these things. There's just one thing that they all have in common. And I'm also going to explain how I believe that you can overcome it. So I feel like this video is going to be very important for anyone that actually takes the 10 to 15 minutes to watch it. Took me a little while to come up with this, so hopefully you guys find it useful. So here we go. Number 1 on the list of deadly sins, pride. I am so guilty of this, and I think we all are, but I'm really bad about it. Pride, and I've written down a few definitions, so if you see me looking down, I'm reading these. Pride is a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired. What do people have pride about? Their appearance, how much money they have, what kind of car they drive, how smart they are. What do people end up doing when they have a lot of pride? They might judge other people, they might criticize other people, they're going to focus on materialistic things, physical things that are going to impress other people. They might get angry if they don't acquire what they need to acquire to become prideful about in the first place. Pride is something that we all have, and it's something that, as far as these 7 deadly sins are concerned, it's probably number 1 for me. Number 2, greed. Greed, the definition of greed is an intense and selfish desire for something, especially wealth, power, or food. Most of us associate greed with money. It's not just about money. Greed is never getting enough. And we live in a society that propagates that kind of mentality. More, no matter what I have, I'm just never satisfied. I'm always trying to get more intelligence, more money, more food, whatever it is. More love, it's never enough. What do people do when they're greedy? They might steal from other people to try to get what they want. They might lie to other people to try to get what they want. They might cheat. There are all kinds of things that people may do when they're greedy. And by the way, all 7 of these deadly sins all intertwine with each other. They're all associated with each other. If you're experiencing one of them, you're going to experience all of them to some degree because they all affect one another. They all feed off of each other. Number 3, lust. Lust is simple. It's a very strong sexual desire. Just look at our society. Look at the porn industry. Look at what percentage of adults commit adultery on their spouses when they vow to be monogamous to them for the rest of their lives. Look, if you don't want to be monogamous and whoever you're interacting with is on the same page, that's fine. That's your thing. But if you made a vow to someone and you break that vow because of lust, there you go. Lust is rampant. What do people do when they're lustful? Again, they might cheat on their spouse. They might rape someone. And the biggest thing is they look at other people like objects. You're dealing with other human beings that have had all these experiences in their life and are also a spirit just like you are, and you're looking at them like a piece of meat. Number 4 is envy. Wanting what other people have, having a feeling of discontentment or resentment for that person because you don't have what they have. What do people do when they're envious? They might steal from other people. They might murder them if they are really that envious of them and they hate them to that degree. They might gossip about them. The next one is gluttony. Gluttony is typically associated with eating a lot, but it's not just about eating. It's habitual greed or excess in eating. Habitual greed. Greed and gluttony are very much associated with each other. Again, all of these are associated with each other. For example, when you go back to lust, people will do things to their appearance, work out excessively, starve themselves, have surgeries, so that they can look a certain way, so they can be like, look at me, look how great I am, or look how great I look, right? There's the pride associated with that, but there's also the lust associated with that because they're trying to attract whoever they're attracted to. They're trying to become more attractive to whoever they're attracted to. So gluttony is very much associated with eating. It's just not getting, and it's just never enough. But greed it's along the same line as greed. Just more. How much can I get? More. Gluttony. The last one, or excuse me, there are two more. The second to last one is wrath. Wrath is just intense anger. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Someone insults you. Someone doesn't do what you want them to do. Someone says something you don't like. What do people do when they have wrath? They might murder someone. They might commit a violent act toward them. They might just hate them. And here's the thing about every single one of these also. Even if you don't physically do any of these things, it's still in here. It's still in here. It still has an impact on you. Even if no one else knows about it, it's still affecting you. It's still a sin. The last one is sloth. Sloth is the reluctance to work or to make an effort. Basically, laziness. Why is this one bad? There are a few reasons, but the main two, in my opinion, are one, when you are lazy. So let's say, for example, that you sit around and watch TV all day and smoke weed all day, get high all day, and don't accomplish anything. You very likely will be envious toward other people that have done things with their lives. You might, make fun of them, criticize them, insult them because you're jealous of what they've done that you haven't chosen to do. But I think the biggest one for me, as far as sloth is concerned, is you're not really contributing a lot to the world. You're wrapped up in your own little situation. And that will bring me to the thing that every single one of these has in common. Almost everything in this world that causes problems in your life comes down to one thing. And it's the thing that these all have in common, and that is selfishness. Me, 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 me. I. It's all about you. It's all about me. Selfishness is where it's all coming from. And I don't want to get too religious. This isn't about religion, but I would associate a great sense of selfishness with hell. That's what hell is on earth anyway. If you believe in a hell and the afterlife, maybe there is one, maybe there's not. I don't know because I haven't been there, at least not that I'm aware of. But I think on earth, the more self-absorbed you are, the more in hell you are. And I'm going to tie that in with everything else that I'm about to say. When you're prideful, look at me. Look how much I have. Look how great I am. Look how great I look. When you're greedy, I want more. I can't get enough. Me, 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 me. Lust, I want more sex. I want more people that want to have sex with me. Me, 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 me. Envy, you have something that I want. Why don't I have that? Gluttony, I need more food. I need more things. I need more stuff. Wrath, I'm pissed. You've done me wrong. See, every single one of these. Sloth, I don't feel like doing it. I don't have the energy. I'm going to sit on the couch all day and not do a goddamn thing. I. Every spiritual tradition, I don't care what religion you are, every spiritual tradition that I'm aware of has three parts to a human being, to life, actually. The mind, body, and spirit. The mind is the physical reality, right? It's your body, if you're talking about you as a human being. What's the mind? A lot of people may not know this. If you're not into spiritual matters, you may not know what the mind is. So let me explain it to you. It's everything that's happened to you up to this point in your life. It is your personality. It's how everything your parents said to you, everything that's happened to you since birth, all of the friends you've had, every book that you've read, every movie that you've watched, every experience you've ever had, everything you've ever seen, heard, smelled, tasted, touched. That is what makes up this. And guess what? When you die, and you're going to die, unfortunately, unless there's some kind of miraculous technological advancement, when you die, the mind and body are going bye-bye. It's gone. But there's one thing that's not going bye-bye. Excuse me, my nose is running a little bit. And that is the spirit. The spirit always has been. It always will be. It's eternal. It's the eternal aspect of everything on this in existence, including yourself. And you have two choices. You can either be absorbed in the mind and body, or you can be absorbed in the spirit. They all interrelate to each other. It's not like you can have one without the other. They all coexist. But when you're focused on yourself, you're shutting out the spirit. You're in more of what I would call a hell state or a negative state. when you're focused more on the spirit, more of what you really are, the eternal aspect of yourself, now you're connected with what they call God. And it's more of a heavenly kind of state. You know, I don't know if any of you watching this, I'm sure some of you had experiences in life where you're more connected with the spirit. It's a different kind of feeling. It's amazing. For me, it's been very temporary, and I'm a human being, so it probably will continue to be temporary. I'm still going to continue to have these 7 deadly sins, and so are all of you watching this video. But what it comes down to is your awareness, okay? Being aware of this stuff and how it causes problems in your life is the first step to maybe changing some things. So the more focused you are on yourself, the more disconnected from the spirit you are. And the less focused on yourself you are, the more connected to the spirit you are, and the more happy your life should be, for lack of a better word. The more connected to God you are, the more of a heavenly state you'll be in. So how do you get out of the selfishness and into the spirit? How do you get out of this mind and body obsession and get into the spirit? I'm going to tell you in this video. Give me a couple more minutes. Here's what everyone does. They have all these things that they're attached to, first of all. Certain things they want to accomplish in life, certain intentions, they have agendas, they have the way they want things to be. You have the way you want things to be. You have all this stuff that you're trying to accomplish and goals that you're trying to achieve, and just the way that your ideal way of, the way you, your selfish person and mentality wants it to be. What if you just let it all go? Because in the end, it doesn't, any of it, all of it, you're gonna fucking die, excuse my language. You're gonna die and it's all gone. It's all temporary. All of it is temporary, but what's not temporary is the spirit. That's not going anywhere, ever. That's what this is all built on. Or maybe that's what built all of this. What if you just let it all go and focused on, instead of focusing on yourself, focus on the opposite of that, which is everything outside of yourself. So then one of the biggest things that humans have an issue with is worrying about what other people think. They want to impress other people. They're always preoccupied with how other people view them. And what if you flipped the script on that? And instead of focusing on what you can get from the world for yourself, what if you focused on what you can give? Instead of focusing on how much love you can get, focus on how much love you can give. Instead of focusing on getting admiration from other people, focus on showing admiration toward other people. Instead of seeking compliments, compliment other people. Do things for the world, not for yourself. What if you did that? If you do that, now you're kind of outside of this self-absorbed mentality because you're not concerned about James or Bill or Mary or whatever your name is anymore. You're doing all of this. You're giving to the world and to the universe without expecting anything whatsoever in return. Nothing. You're not expecting appreciation. If you give love, you're not expecting it in return. If you compliment someone, you're not expecting them to like you more or to compliment you back. You're just doing it just to do it. What if you did that? What if you let go of yourself, stopped focusing on yourself and focusing on what other people think and start being impressed instead of trying to be impressive? This is the big one for me. I want to be impressive. And I don't express my being impressed by other people as much as I probably should. I want more love, but I don't focus on showing love as much as I should. I do to people that I'm close to, but not to random people. And I'll wrap this up by saying this. We live in a society that has brainwashed us to be selfish. We're consumers. We are in probably the largest consumer society the world has ever seen. We're focused on materialism. We're focused on the physical to a very great degree. And this has been going on since day one for you. day one, since you were born. I don't care if you're 100 years old or 10 years old. Since day one, anywhere in the world that you live, this is happening. But in the United States, it's the worst. So it's ingrained in you. It's not easy to do what I'm suggesting. But just give it a shot. If you're not feeling like things are right in your life, or that you're content with things, think about how self-absorbed you might actually be with all these things I just mentioned, and focus on how you can give versus what you can get. Focus on the external instead of the internal. And that might just take you from a hellish state or a negative state to a heavenly state or a positive state. Hope you guys find this video useful. Again, this isn't going to change overnight, but hopefully it's given you some perspective and you can use some of this stuff in your life to benefit your life in some way. Talk to you guys later. Take care.